Build a Nation challenge is where you take a nation from outside the top 10 leagues in Europe and take it all the way up to the top spot on the coefficient rankings. I probably won't get there this game cycle, but I'll get as far as possible. And who knows, maybe I'll do it next year as well. I've gone with Kosovo as my nation, as I thought it would be fun to take a very small nation in which I haven't really heard of anyone managing before. As you probably know, when you're doing a Build a Nation save, you shouldn't really choose a team in the top flight. So I put all the clubs in the second tier on a wheel and span it. So, Rahoveci is my team. They're a semi-professional side in the second tier, with a wage budget of just £582. So we're really gonna have to be smart with our spending. As we don't really have any money to play with, we've gone for a lot of loans from bigger sides, which Zealand would be proud of. We've got 2 centre-backs in Dardan Bayraktari and Kujtim Pantina, 2 left-backs in Shkelzen Jashanica and Arber Bütici, a right-back in Medin Ahmeti, and finally a DM in Alex Gomis. Oh, and by the way, we didn't have to pay a single penny for all of these loan deals, as the finances in Kosovan football isn't really too great.
Oh, nah, I never knew that.
We started the season strong with a 5-2 win away to Arberia, before smashing Tukoriko at home 6-1. Istogu then humbled us by winning 3-0, before we hit back by winning 5 of our next 8 games. And I just have to mention one of those wins, which was this 4-2 win against Vlasnia, where the poor man's Lukaku, aka Stolkaku, scored a hat-trick while also missing a penalty. All in one game. And finishing it off with a Naruto run to celebrate. These performances would see us topping the table after 11 games played, but it's an extremely tight league, so there is just 5 points down to 9th place. Then, in the 9 games that followed, we only managed to win twice. We went on a 4-game drawing streak, and we're just struggling all round, to be honest. And because of the extremely poor run of results, we were in 3rd after 20 games played. 6 points off Vjosa in 1st and 4 points off Kika in 2nd. We are now in January though, and we do bring in 2 players at this stage. We bring in Benjamin Salo on a free transfer after his contract with Norwegian side Småen expired. He's a very tall centre-back at 196 centimeters and is a real presence in the air. Then, on deadline day, we bring in Argentinian midfielder Luciano Minho on a non-contract free transfer, as he was just looking for a new club after being released. But for us, he's a star player, and could really help us in our push for promotion. In Salo's first game for the club, he actually scored a final goal in a 6-2 victory against Ramiz Sadiku, with this great header. After that game, we won 1, drew 1 and lost 1, before winning 5-3 against Pristina Array, with Rian Sekiri, or Rihanna as I've come to call him, coming on off the bench to score a brace and put the game to bed. That game would actually prove to be a turning point for us as well, as we racked up the wins, first against Vlasnia 2-1, then against Kekju 4-0, where new signing Minho decided to turn into prime Beckham apparently.
Minho
could raise the roof here with a goal. I don't believe it!
Then we won 1-0 against Dinamo Feritsai, which would see us take over the first place spot in the league, as Vjosa had somehow managed to lose 3 games in a row.
What?
We continued our brilliant winning run by hammering 5th place Kika 4-2 to secure our 5th win in a row. This would also mean that we just needed to avoid losing to 6th place Phoenix Banya in the final game of the season to secure the title. And the way I put that, it sounded like we actually did lose. But we didn't. We held on after goals from Stolkaku from the spot and captain Isa Emenaziri to win the first league title and secure promotion to the Super League. Arberia will follow us up to the top flight, as well as Nimi and Drenica go down. As for who won the Super League, Jelani secured the title and therefore enters the Champions League qualifiers in the first qualifying round, which means that they're 4 double-legged ties away from the Champions League proper. So there's a long way to go. Drita then followed up in 2nd place, so they would normally enter the 2nd qualifying round of the Conference League, but they won the Cup, so they'll get a chance in the Europa League qualifiers. Veronikeli 74 and Balkani then got 3rd and 4th, which sees them entering the 2nd and 1st qualifying rounds of the Conference League respectively. So let's see how they actually do, and what that means for our coefficient ranking in this inaugural season. Veronikeli 74 would face Rijeka of Croatia in the Conference League 2nd qualifying round. That tie was a bit too much for our Kosovan friends, as they lost 2-0 away from home and then 3-2 at home. As for Balkani, they entered the competition in the 1st quali round and would face Crusaders. They won that tie 3-1 on aggregate after winning 2-1 away and 1-0 at home. They then faced Bate Borisov of Belarus, whom they made easy work of, as they won 2-0 away and 3-1 at home to get to the 3rd qualifying round. There they'd face Greek giants Panathinaikos. They unfortunately lost 2-1 in both legs, which saw their European journey come to an end. As for the guys who'd play in the Europa League qualies, Drita would face Danish side Midtjylland. That turned out to be a very difficult tie, as they lost 3-0 on aggregate after losing 2-0 and 1-0. Drita then dropped into the 2nd qualifying round of the Conference League, where they faced KF Tirana from neighbours Albania. That would also be too much for Drita, as they lost 2-1 away and 2-0 at home. The league winners Jelani lost in the 1st qualifying round of the Champions League against Klaksvik from the Faroe Islands, after losing 3-1 at home and then 1-0 away. That meant they dropped into the Conference League 2nd qualifying round. There they faced Santa Coloma from Andorra. First they won 3-1 at home, before securing the tie by winning 1-0 in the away leg. Then Jelani would face Sudova from Lithuania. They got a strong 2-2 draw to take into the 2nd leg at home, where they went through to the 4th qualifying round after scoring the winner in the 112th minute. In the game to get to the Conference League phase, they'd face Punic from Armenia. They lost 1-0 in the 1st leg away from home and then drew 1-1 at home, which meant that no Kosovan team would get European football this coming season. But it was definitely an encouraging attempt from Jelani, and I do think we could see a Kosovan team in Europe very soon. Next season we'll hopefully establish ourselves in the Super League, and the clubs that get top 4 next season will hopefully make some progress in Europe.
It could have been killed.